Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. UEP here, and today we're going to be discussing a political analyst, Stanley Greenberg, the author of many books, and one that I read pretty recently, and I'm now, weeks after reading it, deciding to make a video about it because it's so remarkable. Stanley Greenberg is a political analyst, and he writes this book called Rip GOP, Rest in Peace, and he argues that Donald Trump winning the presidency secured the demise of the Republican Party, which he thinks was inevitable, but only sped up the process. And I'm going to be providing commentary on that. That is a whole other issue that we can talk about later. It's an interesting thought, and it's surely one that deserves to be explored. But as of right now, I'm not going to be talking about that. So what I'm going to be talking about is his map for the 2020 presidential election, and he believes, first of all, that this is applicable to any candidate, whether it's Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Mike Bloomberg, Pete Buttigieg, even Marianne Williamson. This is his map, and he wrote this in 2019, so pretty recent after the midterm elections. This is his map for the presidential election, and just take it in and see what you and I want to see what you guys think. So, obviously, I want you to tell me in the comment section below after this video is done. So, whoops, no, that's it. He didn't characterize safe or likely states, but this is his map for the 2020 election. Now, again, it is a little early, but even in 2019, he predicted Democratic wins in Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina, Florida. Whoops, we don't want to do that. So essentially, this looks more like a best case scenario for Biden. I guess in my best case scenario for him, I had him. I think I had him losing in Indiana, and yeah. But so he didn't provide margins. But let's talk about this map first of all. So Hillary Clinton won all these states in the western blue portion, except for Arizona, and according to JHK forecast right now, Arizona. Arizona has, I believe, a 56% chance of. Whoa. Nope. Oh, we're not going to do that. Sorry. I don't know why my. So, yeah, so as of right now, when you look at Arizona on JHK forecast, Joe Biden has a 61% chance of winning that. That's insane. And I think this is going to flip even in a not best case scenario, so that's plausible. Nevada is the only other state that we should be talking about, and it's in all likelihood going to stay blue, as are Colorado and New Mexico. Oregon's not going to be likely. Now, let's talk about the Midwest. I'll go over to the north and the south. We're going to talk about the Midwest first. So, most people, their map looks a little something like this. Actually, most people's map looks a little something like this in terms of the Midwest. Ignore Georgia and North Carolina and Florida because that's very debatable. But Greenberg argues that Donald Trump's trade war hurt farmers and middle-class workers in the Midwest so much that they're going to go against him, even though his running mate Mike Pence is from Indiana. And he argues that he has been abandoned by the people who elected him, or by a lot of them, and that they're going to go over to Joe Biden because he kind of compares. Well, he didn't talk about Biden, but he compared a lot of Democrats to Obama, including Biden. So, Obama won all these states twice, except for Indiana, where he won it once. So, he thinks it's plausible. I'm not sure about Indiana, but I guess the rest, in the best case scenario, looks fine to me. And then going over to the South, Virginia's going to go blue, no matter what. So, these three states, I think North Carolina has a good chance of going blue. Again, according to JHK forecasts, Joe Biden has a 61% chance of winning it, which is interesting because they're at the same time as Arizona, but that's certainly something. All right, so this is essentially what is so interesting to me is that he thinks that North Carolina can go by a pretty big margin. I'm not sure about that. I think it's still lean at best for the Democrats. He thinks Georgia's going to go blue, which he didn't really provide reasoning, but still interesting to see. As for Maine, his map was interesting because it didn't have the congressional districts, but it did have just the whole state going blue filled in for the Democrats. So, yeah, that's his electoral map, and he did include Senate pretty vaguely. So his Senate map looked like this. Again, we're not going to be doing margins, but he had Senate flips in the big four states for the Democratic Party, which are Maine, North Carolina, Arizona, and Colorado. Not Montana, but certainly something to say. And remember, when he wrote this, excuse me, when he wrote this, it did not look well. C. Bullock was not going to run for Senate, and John Hickenlooper, he was still in the presidential race, so he still called. Well, that's explainable, but whoa, that's not. That was his prediction. So, um, okay, nope. So that was his Senate prediction. Again, Steve Bullock wasn't running in Montana. Democrats did not have any good opponents in Iowa for Joni Ernst. I know it's not really worth noting, but Ojeda wasn't running in West Virginia yet, or he hadn't declared. And a lot of these seats that I have going, like Chris Kobach, there was some speculation, but like they weren't sure about that. So again, a lot of these seats weren't as looking as good for the Democrats as they are now. So yeah, I know this is quick, but I just wanted to talk about this because it's so interesting to see. I'll try to find a forecaster that has a Republican victory, but he believes that the Republican Party, this is going to be the last election that they are going to hang around. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you all later. Comment down what you think. If you're subscribed, great. If not, please help me out and hit the red button. We're currently at 126 subscribers at the time of this video's production. Can we get to 130 before oops, I'm forgetting, before the end of the week? That would be awesome. So yes, I'm just gonna give you the final visual. Not Kentucky. He does not have Kentucky going blue, but this is his prediction for the 2020 election. Stanley Greenberg. Do look him up. Do some research, and well, I think I filled in. He's just I didn't mean to fill in. Oh, Arizona. That's I forgot to fill in. There we go. This is his prediction again, and just to give you a visual. Yep, that's it. Comment down what you think. I have no plans except for something special going to be releasing in a few weeks, but that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you all later. Bye.